Whoa, blast from the past! Here we go! Hello, and welcome to the channel. Today we are taking a look at a classic kit from Tamiya of a classic rally car from the 80s. And this is the Lancia Stratos Turbo. Very famous racing car, and this is a classic kit from what appears to be almost 50 years ago now, this kit, when it came out. So it'll be kind of neat to get into it. It is motorized, and it does come with a figure, which is highly detailed. So, when we take a look here on scale mates, we could see that, yeah, here we go. It's was a new tool in 1977, and that's the motorized one. And it says here, yeah, serial number 2003. And if we look at the one that we've got here, when I look at it, I can see that on the number at the end is 2403. And so I'm going to assume that this kit is, if not from 1977, shortly after, in that first batch of production. So, wow, 49 years old. Hard to believe. I was 11 years old in 1977 when this came out. And unfortunately, I was not building models, or I may have had some experience with this kit, because I remember loving the rally cars and just thinking the racing was off the hook. So, without further ado, let's get into the kit and take a look at it. This is going to be our next project, so if you're interested, please join us and follow along for the build. And we have our instructions, and we have our box, which is kind of different for Tamiya. We have this segmented thing. I do have a 1/16 kit, which is packaged like this as well, with the body in the one half and the parts in the other half. And yeah, so we have compactly in this box a fair bit of plastic. We have our figure here, and we have our rims, we have our clear parts, and we have our panels, which looks like mostly interior type panels for the insides of the doors. We've got our louvers for the back window, our seat, steering, and we have a bag with our tires, and we have our motor, we have our lower chassis, and our body. So let's take a look at the body panel first, and I'll bring the camera down so we can take a good look and see what she looks like for such a classic kit. Now she's dusty because this thing is set, so I'm going to give her a good clean, because I bought this used and it looks like maybe wherever it was, it looked like maybe they were smokers. Doesn't smell like anything anymore, but we can definitely see that it definitely needs to be cleaned. It's definitely dusty from sitting around. Something green on there, but there aren't any scratches on the body, and it looks really good shape. So you can see with the detail there with the door handle, it's really nice. Well, it's Tamiya, so you know, got our little emblem right there, struts for our rear spoiler. We've got this nice detail here. We'll clean that up a bit inside there, just to make sure that's nice and clean. It's a very small amount of flash there. So it looks like a little bit of cleanup here. I think there was probably a support in here that someone's clipped out. They didn't, yeah, there it is there. They clipped out the support inside the frame. But it hasn't, nothing bad's happened, so that's good. We're in perfect shape for, you know, 49 years old. So there's the size of the body. That's going to look pretty slick, I think, when it's done. Oh, a beautiful car. Yeah, built for one purpose, eh? Now let's get into bag one. Take a look at this bag here. Get out my handy dandy bag cutting scissors. Give this a quick cut. There we go. Yeah, this might be one of the oldest kits that I have in my collection, and I gotta watch sometimes. You know, you never know, something might be a real collector's item. Seeing as this is still in production, it didn't seem too crazy. Now, is that a crack or is that a scratch? Looks like there's a scratch here, but it looks like it's going to be polishable. I have my cleaning cloth here somewhere. Here it is. Looks pretty clean. Looks good. It does have a scratch in it right here. I don't know if that's a mold line. It might be a mold line right along in there. I don't know if you could, can I catch it in the light? Can you see that there? Just the faintest of line going across there. But overall, I don't think it's a crack. No. No, it's not a crack. Okay, so that's good. It's not cracked. Alright. Well, there's our glass parts. Our back. Oh, I guess our back windows. Seems odd, doesn't it? I guess it's covered by the louvers. We don't get a back window. Not sure what that's for. Where would that go, do you think, suppose? These are lights for the back. I guess that's for the front right here. Alright, so that's the front lights. That's our front windows, the side windows. I'm not sure where this goes. Where the heck does that go? It's odd, eh? I don't know. We'll have to see in the instructions. But there's our clear parts. And here is our interior seat. Now, this does come with extra stuff, so we'll see, because we do have an extra set of which I guess are going to come in handy, so we can use our up detailed seat belts for this build, I do believe. Oh, 120 scale. I don't know that that'll make too much of a difference, do you? I don't know, we'll see once we get it built. Might be a little bit out of scale. 120 to 124. It's awful close. I guess it's be for the 120 scale Tamiya's F1 cars and whatever. I ordered these a while ago. It's just to have them on hand. So we'll see. Maybe we'll be able to use those. But there's our dash detail. You can see with our gauges. Our louvers. Really nice. There's no flash on any of that. Got our door interiors. Got our center console. Got some stuff for underneath, it looks like. Steering wheel. Looks pretty clean. Our mirrors. Okay. Very nice. Nice parts. Not a huge part count with this kit, hey? We've got this for the interior. We've got this bag here. Looks like gives us our spoilers. Spoiler for the back and our figure. So here's our rims. Those are molded in a red. So I guess in case you wanted to just decal the white car and just put it together like, you know, like the Tamiya type, sort of toy type car. So definitely challenge to get in there if you want to repaint out the nut and stuff, but we've got brushes and stuff for that. We'll decide what we want to do with the colors of the rims. Here's our figure. Excellent figure. Nicely molded. Bit of clean down on the sides here from the mold, but you know, it's the top part that's going to be the most seen anyways. And there's our rear spoiler for the back. Looks nice. A little bit of flash to clean up, but nothing too major. Especially for the age of the kit. And here we have the underneath chassis. Now I don't want to use the motor with this if I can help it, but I may not be able to help it. I may have to put it in to get the axle to sit where it's supposed to go. But we'll see if I can get this axle. Maybe I can make myself something, a piece of plastic card or something to sit in here, drill the hole to compensate for not having the wheel and the motor to hold it in place. So we'll see, because this little motor I could use for something else. I'm never going to play with it as a car, so it's not really what I ever do with it. So we do have some details molded in down here. We got some stuff going on underneath. You can see a bit of the steering and that, but yeah, nothing too crazy. Looks like that's just basically gonna fit. Oh, right there. Such. There we go. Okay. So this is gonna be our hot prospect for our next build. So I'm looking forward to this. Looks like it's going to be a really nice build. Now I have the decals. I'll whip them out. I'll show them to you. They're just underneath some books being pressed right now. Looks like, yeah, we start here with the motor and the rear axle, getting that all fixed into the bottom of the chassis. So it looks like, yeah, most of this part is getting the wiring and getting the motor for the, you know, to get the car to run. And so we got most of those components going in down there to hold that in place. There's a bit of our front end, our front wheels. Obviously this will all get pre-painted with the interior and that. So we get into the interior, our seats. Maybe we'll use our seat belts. I guess if we do put the driver in it though, I guess we can, you know, use the seat belts that are on him. Or does he have seat belts on him? Yeah, he does. So I guess we could paint those in, and that, for what you're going to see inside the car, I guess, would probably be sufficient. Suffice. And get into here. Alright, where we get our louvers and our rear spoiler. And I guess that's that mirror. Is that small window? I guess goes back there. Yeah, it looks like it just fits into that panel, so that's where it fits. Right into there. Right, so that's where that piece goes. Mystery solved. Okay, there's our upper wing and our louvers, our rear spoiler, our mirrors. So it looks like mostly the challenges are going to be any masking that we're going to want to do that might help. But it looks like the large challenge of this kit with most of these race kits is the livery and you know, getting your decals together to work. So here we are, all wired up, I guess, with our driver and everything in. And I guess we can always have it so that it's, you can access it so you can get to your battery. So, you know, kind of that sort of in between a toy and a model. Sorry about that. In between a toy and a model sort of thing that you put it together. And, you know, imagine, right? You know, pretty good hobby for a young kid, slapping this thing together and zipping it around the house. And then we can see the extensive decals. And just give me a second, I'll grab those and we'll see how they're doing. I've had them between about 60 pounds of books for about 3 days. So we'll take a look and see how they're doing. Well, they're definitely coming around. They were curled up pretty bad. They're starting to feel a lot better. I kind of got some humidity in the air too, so they were pretty dry, and you know. But they're that's definitely helping. I'm going to leave them there while we build and let it go. So I guess we'll kind of go off of this off of white, I guess, with our finished coat to try and get as close to that as possible. We'll, I guess once we get them squished flat, get most of this curl out, we can set them in a window and let the sun have their way with it. They seem to be in good shape, so I don't want to wreck them. We'll want to try You know, what do you do, right? You want to try one, but you can't really. So looks like a small blemish, or is that just a little stain of something on there? Looks like there might be a small something going on here. So we'll see. Now I suppose we could try to, you know, match that color. Push comes to shove. We'd have to get into some greens and see. But we've got a lot of greens, and they're all Tamiyas. So we've got tons to choose from. So try and get into there. Somewhere in between those. I don't know. At least they're in good shape, though. They really do look like they might work. Oh, we got a... Oh, no. Is that supposed to be like that for the louver? Oh, maybe not. No, it looks like we might run into some trouble there. Whatever's happened here. So, we'll see. But, given the age, I'm pretty happy with the condition that the kit's in. So, we're going to have fun building it no matter what. And it's a rally car, so we can kind of go between the shiny of the car and, you know, the abuse that a rally car can take. So, you know, let's see. We're just going to go with the flow and see how it goes, right? So, please join me for the build of the ancient but still cool Lancia Stratos Turbo. And we'll make a decision on how we're going to go with the paint, depending on the decals. We'll, I think, build it. We're going to paint it in the white, and then we'll see. And we'll hope for the best. And if things change, then things will change, and we may paint it a completely different color, and who knows, we may order some crazy decals from somewhere and put something completely different together. So join me next time with me, the model student. Until then, live, love, laugh, plan something for tomorrow, and rock on. Bye.